Yo, what time the convo starters? Come on.
Hey, what's going on? Yo, it's the Convo Stars. It's your man Buck, man. We out
Hey,
here.
hey, 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 Grandma, what's that you listening to?
Yo, the convo start.
I got the world in my hands, the master plan, but I don't know why I keep calling, why I keep all of these girls in my shows, they loving me, but I don't know why I keep calling, why I keep calling you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Conversations Podcast. I'm your host, Beyond This, and as always, I want to thank y'all for checking in, tapping in, doing the right thing. Just keeping the convo going. As always, we want to get right into it, man, because we're wrapping up Black History Month. It's been a crazy 2 months in the world, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get to wrapping up Black History Month, but we always going to celebrate our Black heroes, writers, television producers, actors, actresses, our Black heroes, athletes, everybody in all walks of life is a Black hero in some sorts. And you should be celebrated every day, not just during the month. With that being said, let's get into it because with the world, like I said, with the way the world is now, everybody does podcasts, everybody has articles. Well, people used to have articles. Everybody has podcasts now. And me, myself, I started off writing articles also, writing little publications, trying to get published, doing freelance writing. And throughout my time, I've met people. But during that time, I didn't know this until recently. The longest running Black-owned, Black publicized, or Black publication is the Philadelphia Inquirer, which was originally located on 400 North Broad Street, which is considered Logan Square, at the Elverson Building. This publication ran from 1924 to 2011 out of this building. The original date that they started was June 1st, 1829, which the company, gotta get it right, buddy. Gotta get it right, buddy. The company was originally founded and created by John Norvell and John R. Walker. Both were former editors of the Philadelphia Aurora and Philadelphia Gazette also. They moved recently, like I said, in 2011 when they closed down the Elverson building at 400 North Broad Street. Which let's clear this up right now. 400 North Broad Street, the Philadelphia Inquirer, that little mini version you might see in Philadelphia of City Hall. It's all white, tan color maybe now. It's the home of the Philadelphia Police Department. Do not go there trying to take pictures, thinking you're going to see something historical, or try to get a tour of the building. You might get arrested and charged with trespassing. So, with that being said, the new location of the Philadelphia Inquirer is the Linfest Institute for Journalism, which is down on 100 South Independence Mall, Suite 600. So they went from a big building to a little office. It's not that much. A little history about the Linfest Institute. It was founded by H.F. Jerry Linfest. It's the 17th largest circulation in the world, and it reaches all the way to the northeast shore of Maryland. The Philadelphia Inquirer is a great paper. It's a great place. It's a great thing to have. They work on most things like investigative journalism, diversity, and product innovation. Those are the things that the Linfest Institute has installed into the Philadelphia Inquirer's journalism team. Over the years, the Philadelphia Inquirer has been home to some of the greatest writers, contributors, journalists you may have heard of. I mean, from Pulitzer Prize winners, you have Booker Prize winners, Nobel Prize winners, Hugos, Nebulas, the National Book Awards. These writers have all taken their time and sat at a desk or dropped off, an assignment for the Philadelphia Inquirer. I want to start off by saying we have people like Jonathan Payne, Estelle Moore, Tony Off, Inga Safran, Solomon Jones, Jason Stark, and the great Elmer Smith. Elmer Smith years ago wrote an article about my father that was amazing. I'd like to thank Mr. Elmer Smith right now. I posthumously want to thank him because, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Elmer Smith has passed on. It's been some years since I've heard anything about his name or anything about his work that he's been doing. But thank you, Mr. Elmer Smith. Thank you, Philadelphia Inquirer, for giving Mr. Smith that kind of job and for him having that kind of insight to work with people and be involved in the community. All these people in the Inquirer were involved in the community. One of the most famous would be the great Stephen A. Smith, Bronx, New York native. He attended Winston-Salem State University from 1987 to 1991. He was a point guard on their basketball team. So if you walk up on Stephen A. and you like, Stephen A. doesn't know basketball,
You should be suspended immediately. You should be with pay, without pay. Let me tell you something. Have you? Blasphemy. You're just going to yell for the rest.
Don't hurt yourself. He's a point guard. He also plays shooting guard a little bit. They said, and some of the articles I've seen over the years, he could play. He could play a little bit. He was good. If you're good enough to go to college and get on the basketball team, you have some skills of some sorts. People, please stop challenging people who play basketball professionally at some level, and you didn't play at all.
But this man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever.
That includes me. Stop asking people, are you good? People are good. Stephen A. Smith, like I said,
keep in mind,
it's fluid.
The list is fluid.
Right, Stephen A. is fluid. The Inquirer. Stephen A. Smith started off at the Inquirer in 1994. He was a beat writer for the Sixers. He left in 2007, but he returned in 2010, based off arbitrations where he was done wrong and he got his just due. He also worked at Fox Sports Radio in 2009. He was a DC morning host in 2010. He became an ESPN columnist in 2011. Worked on their radio for New York and LA. Up until 2012, Stephen A. Smith was a bouncing around type of individual. If you don't remember, I would like you to please remember. Quite frankly, with Stephen A. Smith, excellent show that he had on ESPN. That show ran from August of 2005 to like January of like 2007, something like that of that nature. I remember if I remember correctly. Buck, my man Buck be killing. Shout out to my man Buck be killing. He came through with his stat checks. I had my own stats. He came through and double checked some.
It's time for stat check.
Facts. Stat check, Buck. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stephen A. Smith also ran his own. He also worked with Ryan Ruocco from May 2012 to 2013 when he left ESPN to join Sirius XM Radio. That's where he met Mr. God, let me tell you something. Mad Dog Chris Russo. Chris Russo and Stephen A. Smith worked together from 2013 to 2017. That's when Stephen A. made his way back to ESPN. He also, let's not miss it. He also did TV with CNN and Sports Illustrated in 1999. I'm doing a lot of year jumps here. Please keep up with me. Stephen A. Smith has had an illustrious career as a writer, as a columnist, as a television persona. He also worked on the shows First and 10. Him and Skip Bayless. I think Jay. Oh, what was Jay name on there? It's not Jay Wright is the coach of Villanova. We know that. Jay Crawford. I watch too much sports knowledge. Sorry, Stephen A. I'm running down the whole timeline of your life and the things I watched. And when I met you at one time at the Philadelphia Eagles opening for the Lincoln Financial Field, I was a writer in my just due, get my feet wet doing what I do at the time. But a very nice person, very well-mannered man, very, very open to speak. Thank you, Stephen A., because now I'm here as well. Now I'm here doing this also. But also, let's get to it because Stephen A. Smith has also published some great books over the time. His most recent, Straight Shooter, The Memoirs of Second Chances. It is. We're not going to say that. It is a New York Times bestseller. So, if you're looking for a person to be influenced by, you're looking for a black hero that does well in journalism, look for Stephen A. He's been on First Take since 2015 with Molly Kareem.
My name is Stephen A. Smith, and I approve that message.
How do you guys even laugh?
So it's been September 15th, 2015. Him and Molly Kareem started First Take together. Great show. great atmosphere, great guests, great topics like these, celebrating our black heroes, people we like to see in this world that do well, that we can aspire to be like, and, you know, mimic your career after, but not, you know, copy. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? That makes sense. This is a raw episode. I'm sorry if it maybe seem a little choppy, but Stephen A., I had to get this out because you are an inspiration to a lot of black men and black women in the world. If you may not hear it, if you may not see it, I want you to know we thank you, sir. And we salute you, Stephen A. Smith, for all the good you've done in the world. And quite frankly, I can't wait to see what's next. I'm your man, Be Honest. And as always, man, stay black, be happy. And remember, be honest with yourself. You can be honest with everybody else in the world.
I'm Stephen A. Smith, and I approve this.
I just wanted to be famous, just being real, yeah, just being honest. My haters be one of the greatest.